I think that they don't want, she doesn't want, that's accurate. That's actually accurate. They don't want you to see them wiggle.
I do a lot of wiggling.
So I'd love to start off, if I can, showing a little bit about this past weekend and how all of this showed up in the work that we've been doing the week prior. So I had my first booth at the Ocean Shores Body and Soul Festival. And I called the booth Cosmic Playground, and I offered readings and energy work, and I played music, and I had the universe has your back deck, and I would offer people a message from the universe as they walked by. I had some jewelry out. I had all of my own like personal, I had my crystal ball, I had wands, I had, aromatherapy. And it was very interesting, the people that were drawn to my booth. Oh, I also had the painting that I have, that's my headboard, that is the like interdimensional man and woman that I got for free, that when I saw it on Buy Nothing, I was like, that's mine, I'm coming to get it now. And it's like me and my man, but I don't know on what dimension, but it's definitely me and my man. So I used all of it. So people would sit down, and I used I called in the ultraviolet angels at times. I used liquid crystal. I used the honeycomb. I used the flower of life. Sunday was a really intense day. I had 5 people in a row. They were all women that their energy was so muddy. And the first woman sat down, and well, actually she came up to talk to me, and she's like, I came here to this show today because I didn't know what else to do. And her son has a demon. He has an entity, and it's also in her home. So I don't know if it's more than one or not. And she's like, I don't know what else to do, but she's like, he won't go to the therapist. And I was like, that's good, because the therapist can't help you with this particular issue, right? I don't know why I'm laughing at it, but it's like, the therapist would not have been able to shift that. And so I worked with her, and then I also tapped into the energy of her home. I felt like, I was like, look, I've done battle with demonic energy, but not on my own, and I don't want to chance this with you. It's 11:11. We are love. We are spirit. We are eternal. We are light. And the other thing, the main reason that I really wanted to share it is part of why I did this festival was my friend Justin, who does sacred geometry, and he draws it in chalk art. He teaches it, and he also does it on the beach. So this is the second time I've gone with him to do it on the beach. So we're I have goosebumps just saying it. So we're doing this sacred geometry on the beach in Mother Gaia, like the sand, it's absorbing it in, and then the waters, the ocean is coming in, and I'm doing the slinky dancing, and I've got my crystals there, and I'm like doing all of this. And so I think I've shared about him before, like this is how I learned with the slinky, that I'm activating the art. It's like the spiral of the slinky, that spiral was really present. And so I asked him, I was like, look, I think you're our blueprint guy. Because when he explained the science and the math of the flower of life and the infinity of it, and the certainty of it, like it is all to him, he's like, if all life ends, you come back to the circle, you come back to the core of that flower. So we haven't figured out when, but I asked him if he would be willing to come share the science aspect of and make it in a way that's digestible to explain to us how what we're doing is doing what it's doing. Because I can like infuse stuff into a grid, but I don't totally get it, understand why that does that, what that does, or when we tap into infinity, or when we tap into the flower of life. And so the very last thing that I'll share about it was that after I worked with this woman that had her son had an entity, and there was a whole lot of energy, and I was like, all right, I need to clear. So he had taught a class, and in front of the room was this, I mean, in front of the driveway in front, there was he had taught people how to do it. So there was a flower of life drawing in chalk, and at the bottom of it was a heart. So he took a picture of it. I'll share it on the page. And I stood in the heart, and I did a higher light, super quick higher light alignment and clearing from Steve Noble. It was about 10 minutes. And I'm like saying it, and I'm standing in this power spot. And then yesterday I'm standing in the center of this creation, this geometry creation that he did, at the core, at the center. And I'm like, I'm barefoot, so I've got my feet in the sand, and it's like wet, so I'm kind of sinking into the sand. And then I just connected up, and I was like, it was so powerful. There was so much power. So I think there's something to that of that's next level to me of this whole sacred geometry, flower of life, grid, like understanding that when we I don't even know how to express it yet, but there's something of that's now, because we are the I am collective, that because I had that experience, it is now in the space of the collective. So that's all. Thank you for letting me share that.
It's so funny that you had experience at the beach, because I was also at the beach. We had that water experience. So anybody else have any water experiences or any experiences with any of the elements this weekend? Okay.
I took a Epsom salt bath, and just to heal my body, my mind, clear my mind.
Awesome. Okay. So a couple things that came to me this weekend, and actually came to me yesterday in discussions with people, is two things. One is I'm noticing that the aggression is getting more intense. I have nothing against anybody who's vaccinated, so I'm going to say that now. But I have noticed every single person that I know personally that has gotten the vaccination is more aggressive. And so that's just my experience. I'm not saying it happens to everybody, but and even on Facebook, it's pretty apparent, those people who have gotten it, because they're very aggressive. Just get it, and they start yelling at you, and you're just like, wait a minute. Now, it could be that there's just aggression because people are fear-filled, but I think that we need to tap into this element and see if we can dissolve it in some way. To add to this, I have clients who have, I've seen them before they've gotten the vaccination, and then after. And after, when I look at their blood, there are brown spots, or their blood is brown. I talked to a nurse friend of mine the other day, because I was telling her that, I really noticed this and I wanted to know about it. And she says, it makes sense, because she said something about, and she got really technical, but she says, when your RNA is being changed, when it's being altered, it kills cells. The cells are being killed, and that's the brown that you're seeing. She says, it makes so much sense. She goes, I had a friend who got it, and she was actually having spots like turn purple. And it's because spots of her were dying, and they had to inject something into her. So I'm not saying it the technical way, so please don't take me as the doctor. I'm just kind of paraphrasing what she told me. But I'm wondering if the body itself, because we have our own 3D consciousness, aside from our spiritual consciousness, is the body becoming aggressive because there is because things are dying or things are being altered that shouldn't be. And I'm just wondering, and I'm putting it out there because I would really like for us to tap in and kind of figure out what's going on here.
I had the first thing when you said that was just fear. I think the people that are experiencing this are fearful, you know? So we probably have to clear the fear too, along with the aggression.
Yes.
The fear is causing the aggression.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to echo that because I've experienced that too. So I'm on my little road trip, and everywhere I go, people are like, "Oh, are you vaccinated?" And I'm like, "No."
Mhm.
You know, where are you vaccinated? You know, you're part of the problem. Don't you know all the people in the hospitals? You know, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
That's like,
vaccination is
Yeah.
not to stop it.
right. So yeah, so whatever the to-do list is for today, I'm all in. So yeah, however we want to roll with this.
I don't know whether
sounds-
anybody else felt it, but when the call first started, it was almost like there was like a rubber stopper in my third eye,
Mm,
and it's opened and cleared now, so it feels
that's
like it's
good.
ready to go.
all right, I'm ready to go. I'll just be over here. How
Julie, do
you
you have something to say?
Yeah, well, I was gonna go grab something. I bought something this weekend that I want to have in this space right now, but it's in my bedroom. But it goes back to, it's very simple. Anything that's not love is a call for love, and there's fear or love. Those are the choices: fear or love, fear or love. So as people are giving more energy to the fear, it amplifies it. And fear is the access point for lower vibration, because it is a lower vibration. So you're putting out lower vibration, it's giving more lower vibration. And so when people are getting more aggressive, and that's a natural progression of engaging consistently in that vibration of fear.
Well, and
Like
you can't argue with it. You have
Right.
to handle it with love. In other words, now I'm saying, well, I have an immune system that fought COVID, so I hardly felt anything. I just lost basically my sense of taste and smell. So I have a very strong immune system. Give my vaccination to someone else in the world that needs it. I don't need it,
That's great.
right? So give it to somebody else who needs it, because I don't. Who can argue with that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I personally wouldn't give it to anybody, but you know, I know what you're saying.
Right, but that's not our job. Our job isn't to
Yeah.
make the decision for people. Our job is to just infuse the world with love and energy that opens that up, right? Not to create the argument, just to open up the awareness.
Yeah.
So part of what I'm getting to is that if we're building upon what we've already created, right? So we've already got these layers, and we've been already working at the cellular level. So why don't we just do that? And rather than addressing the fear, addressing the impact at the cellular level of the fear. I don't know.
And I agree, we do need to get the cellular level, especially since the blood and the cells. But what I'm hearing is also to kind of go bigger as well and look on the grid and
Mhm.
kind of take a look and say, where's this originating? Where is it coming from?
I just
And-
got those like brown spots on the grid now. There wasn't last week, but now there are.
Exactly. And that's
Wow.
what we need to, yeah,
Okay, let me
that's
grab
what we
the
need
thing.
to take a look at. I think that'll be the bigger thing. We'll go big and then we'll go into the cells. So let's all just tap in and then we'll see where it goes from here. So when we're tapping in, what we're doing is we're tapping into our collective. We're tapping into the divine light. We're tapping into the infinity symbol. We're tapping into the divine energy, the liquid crystal, the etherical crystal energy, the golden river, the energy of healed, and the energy of empowered.
The 4 quadrants of the heart. I am love. I am spirit. I am strength. I am eternal. I am. surrounding us now, 360 degrees.
We'll call in our team and any and all protection, any and all masters and higher level spirit energies that want to come in to help us with this divine collective. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and just take a look at the grid and see what you see.
So straight away I was getting, I was calling in Great Central Sun because that's, you know, like I work with light energy and I was calling that in, and I'm getting that before it's been cutting off the like from the root chakra and like cutting off the connection from the base, but I'm getting that there's a blockage from above, like there's a it's not a clear channel right now.
I'm seeing like a crack. I don't know why.
Mm.
A crack where?
Like in the, like when I visualize the grid, it's like an 80s grid, like that I picture from the 1980s with all the lines and
Yeah,
stuff. And there's like a crack, like it almost looks like a lightning bolt in like the side of the grid, like the grid's like right here and it looks like it's like right there.
Mm.
I don't know, but that's what I'm seeing. Like, there's kind of like empty space there because the grid is cracked or something.
Well, that I can repair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll fix that while you guys look at.
So I'm hearing like to repair it, Shannon, is to use the honeycomb, use the liquid, like Golden River, use the liquid light, like yeah,
Thank you.
like weave it with the honeycomb. That's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah, right when you said that, I got like a knitted,
Mhm.
like a knitted blanket.
Yeah. It's like stitching it.
I'm
Yeah.
stitching it with the infinity.
Mm. Yes, I just felt that all over. Woo. Okay, where else?
I see a lot of light on the grid right now. I
Mhm.
don't know, a lot of light.
Whoever saw the brown patches, can you hone in on the darkest one or where it might be an epicenter?
So what I was just hearing, I mean, what I just saw when I started to look at like, okay, where's the brown spots is Afghanistan. Like there's a lot of dark
Ugh.
in that area.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to
And-
agree with you. It's not the hub.
Yes, I agree.
Can we look for the hub? We're gonna take care of Afghanistan, but we need to look for the hub.
I feel like we're being distracted to look at Afghanistan because it's not the hub.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
why I'm pulling us
Pakistan.
away from it.
We're pulling it.
Pakistan keeps coming in my brain really.
Away from the Middle East. The Middle
Oh,
East
it's
is
not in the
hub.
Middle East. Antarctica comes next.
I don't get that that's it either.
So I don't
I hear
know.
secret.
I don't know what everyone else is seeing. I see a grid in an extreme multi-dimensional level that is not just the not just the Earth. It's almost it's expanded out. But interestingly enough, if you look at how a grid is, there is normal space that is between each level. And what I'm seeing is a under level between each level that is not supposed to be there.
Yes, I'm getting confirmation of yes for that. Thanks. Yeah. Okay, now look in Antarctica. Is there a gateway for what Nick just said through Antarctica?
I want to actually address what Nick just said. So you're saying that in between the layers of the grid, there's an energy that is not supposed to be there?
Yes, it's yes, and it's like a sub-layer that is not, it's in the space that is supposed to have space, and it's almost like a duplication that isn't supposed to exist. Like
Is it like
created as a like you said, a distraction, but it's creating an alternate reality, trying to create an alternate reality to the reality that exists. It's like it's trying to make that sub-level the reality.
This is a yes. So ask if I think it's a Draco created sub-layer. So we've removed the entities, but that sub-layer is still there.
Yes.
Weed it out.
Can we rinse that? Can we rinse that with the crystalline etherical energy and the liquid crystal along with the golden river?
yes.
I'm getting the word destroyed. So if somebody can help me with that. Is there
Yeah,
an
but when you destroy, you're fighting something. I wanna just kind of dissolve it and rinse it and not add to the already tense energy.
No, I hear you on that. Let me try to get more clarity.
So part of what I was getting this morning, the message was to again, love and fear, light and dark. So the way to diffuse it, dissolve it is through love, is through light, sending it love, coming from the heart of blasting that out to that energy.
And that's why I was thinking that the liquid crystal and the etherical crystal, along with the golden river, would suffice for that.
Yes.
Nick, what do you have to say?
Oh, okay. Now you may find this have a lot of levity to it, but you have to understand the information that I get sometimes is just the most bizarre stuff. So if you can picture whatever light energy, but you know, the old Pac-Man eating.
Mhm.
It's not destruction.
Yeah.
It's just, let's put it out there and we'll eat it away.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm actually picturing, because I want to include the infinity some way, and if you picture waves creating the infinity as it's washing it away, so it's like moving forward, and pushing it back. But as it's pushing it back, it's almost dissolving it, like you were saying, eating away at it.
What I'm getting is it needs to be removed and out. So sometimes if you dissolve it, like there's still little fragments and it simply rebuilds. So we've done this many times, but we didn't completely move it out.
So I have a question. Can everybody lighten their energy almost like joy as they're doing this? Because it's huge. That is very important.
You know what I'm thinking is we could even use the vacuum of light and vacuum it on one side as we're dissolving it on the other.
Yeah, so you could like use that Pac-Man thing. So as it's melting, have the vacuum come up like the Pac-Man and just vacuum it all up. And the key, what I'm being told right now is it has to all be sent with intention back to source. So we need to put it, remove it, get it out, put it away, not just allow it to melt and reconstitute, because it's been reconstituted. Because we didn't dispose of it properly. Yeah.
Vacuuming would be great, I think. Can't we, Shannon, just vacuum it all out like we send the light and love into the empty spaces?
And we fill it and we're filling that space with the energy that we created last week.
And then when you vacuum it up, we got to empty the canister back into, so I just keep getting repeating images of take it out, get it out.
Well, the universe transmutes it. So there's no canister. It just goes straight to the divine energy where it's transmuted.
So as long as we're all clear and intending the same thing, that it is definitely being removed.
Completely.
Okay.
So if we can all envision it, that golden energy just moving in while dissolving it, and on the other side, the vacuum is sucking it all out.
All right, here we go. Whew.
Anybody else feel that wave of aggression?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just pressed massively into the bed. And they said, Sandy, can we use you? I'm like, of course.
Yeah, can somebody handle the outer energy? Because that's where we're getting the aggression right now. They really don't want us to do this.
Do not consent.
Try to feel it as hard as you can. Okay, here we go.
All lower vibrational energy. Move that down. You do not have our permission to be here.
I see something being constructed over the grid. Some sort of extraction tool. Can you guys see that? It feels like, gosh, it almost looks like a space station kind of thing with a whole bunch of spikes coming out of it. So it's like I don't know what I'm seeing. I'm seeing something.
Did anybody else hear the man's voice before Sandy talked?
No?
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this video, but there was a man's voice saying something. It was like whispering.
That was me.
No, but no, this was a clear man's voice. I thought Callum
Okay.
was here.
Mm.
Can you stop those spikes, Sandy?
Christina, can I have you go to the center part of the grid, all the way in the center, and just push light, like just as much as you possibly can, in love and joy and all that good stuff. You able to do that?
So the mantra of the 4 quadrants of the heart is, I am happy, I am fulfilled, I am thrilled, I am joyful. I'm happy, I'm fulfilled, I'm thrilled, I am joyful. From the center of the grid, I'm happy, I'm fulfilled, I'm thrilled, I am joyful. I
to
am
lay it
abundant, I am
back
unity.
as quickly as we get rid of it.
Exactly. Nick, can you say that again for the group?
What Sandy is seeing, I feel like they're trying to lay it back out as quickly as we're getting rid of it. And so they're trying to relay that underlayment in
That's
between.
why I'm having Christina go to the center. But good, yes.
So this spiky thing that I saw over the grid, it's like it was pushing it right back in. I covered it in like a pink, it was like a quilt, like cotton candy, like gum or something. And I felt like if I could cover it with something gooey, I don't know, help me out. Do you guys see anything? It was like this spike, it was like a Death Star with spikes all over it. That's what it
I
looked like.
I see like a taffy pink ball.
That's what I just created. I love
Yeah,
it.
I see it. Oh, crazy.
Jules,
But I
can I have
also
you go
see,
from the bottom? Can you push from the bottom, please?
Me?
okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And
I
then-
also see a ton of emerald light or emerald energy.
One second, Jennifer. I didn't mean to interrupt, but this is really
That's okay.
important. We've got to push at all levels at this moment. So Jennifer, can I have you go to the top left? I'm
Okay.
gonna go to the top right. And then if you and Sandy and Nick, if you guys want to just kind of deal with the energy that's coming in, we're gonna push. Brittany, if you're there, Can you
Yeah.
go bottom left? Just imagine yourself bottom left.
Okay.
And Jules, if you can just take the bottom, so just push everything. What you guys are doing is pushing light. The I am, what is it, Jules?
I am happy, I am thrilled, I am fulfilled, I am joyful, I am love, I am eternal, I am spirit, I am presence.
And as we're pushing that out, I'm asking the Galactic Federation, can you help pull it off and drag it away? Oh.
I'm inviting in the ultraviolet angels. Help cleanse, purify. Fire
I
hose,
see it.
fire hose this light right now. Fire hose it.
I'm inviting in the seraphim.
I see the ultraviolet light.
Whew.
Yes, request all Galactic Federation assets to help remove it and the seraphim to encompass it.
Sandy, can you let
Yes.
them know that they're violating universal law? Let them know that they are actually in direct violation of the Treaty Act that was actually filed with the Galactic Council.
That's
They
going
have to step back.
right now to them. It's like it's on loudspeaker. Thing, yep.
We'll go ahead and call in the Legion of Archangels.
Request Galactic Council's support to
All
enact
7 layers of angels above and all 7 levels of angels below. In the highest light, of course, not below in the dark energy, but all in the light energy, just to be clear.
request your support in the enforcement of this treaty and the removal of this energy once and for all, and it never return.
I just did a huge silent scream for some reason.
Everyone should feel the seraphim pushing with them.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The archangels have kind of surrounded as well, so they're going to start as well.
Carry on.
You should get a big boost because I almost feel like the cherubim are with you in the middle with the love and the joy.
Mm.
Can anyone hear what Metatron's saying? He's saying something, probably just he's just leveraging.
There's a level of angels, and this is what Metatron is saying, or at least what I'm feeling. There's a level of angels. I'm trying to, it's like the elders. I think it's the elders. He's saying that we can actually have them come. They normally don't work with humans, but when it comes to the grid, they will.
Requesting the full support of the elder angelic realm at this time, please. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Whew. So I was looking for my pendulum that I've been using with my crystal ball that is like this spiral energy. And it's in one of my bags from the weekend, and I couldn't find it. And I was told, like, you don't need it. You don't need any props to, it's like you have it. So I'm getting this spiraling energy. And I guess I'm doing it from the bottom, from the center in the bottom, and it's going up. It's like a tornado, maybe. Like, and I'm also getting the like whirling dervish kind of really indigenous primal energy that is coming up with it. And it's like taking it in.
they're shouting at me, pull, pull, pull.
Right.
Woo!
So if anybody's seen Harry Potter, you know when the two wands come together?
That's what's happening right now.
Yeah. So the more light we push, the more their energy has to retreat. By the way, the Galactic Council has logged and observed our claim to universal law.
Yes. Yeah, I called them in and asked them to enforce the law.
Christina, you want to switch places with me? You want to go top left,
Okay.
and I'll do the center now.
I'm top left. Should I move?
I mean top right. My bad.
Okay.
I guess it's from my perspective. Yes. You good, Christina?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny that those wands, one of the wands was called the Elder Wand. Any synchronicity there?
Actually, yeah, the both of them were. Yeah, one was the elder one.
All vibrations. Blood clears all systems. Crystal light clears all.
I couldn't have done this from the car.
All chemicals of any and all microchips inserted therein against me.
Requesting any and all other assets that have not been employed. Activate now. I'm not even sure where they are. John, any other resources? Finn, any other resources? Calling in all dragons. Entire network of dragons, if you're not already in play. Tell me when you guys can feel that. What else do we need to finish this up? I feel like it's all out.
The elder said you need to relax your energy and let it flow.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
So because the fight is a fight.
Yeah. Can we take a collective breath together on 3 to breathe that in?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Breathing in the light. Exhaling any lower vibration. Breathing in the liquid crystal. Exhaling any lower vibration.
Smoothly connected. You connected. I just did a thing on that. How's that feel?
It's good. It's calmer. It's like washing over.
The elder said there is no fight, there only is.
Just be.
Whew.
You know what I'm getting? It's kind of weird. Is that, at least from what the elders are giving me, is that this whole exercise was our lesson.
Yeah, just be it. Just be the light. Just be the love. Just be the healing. Just be the beacon of hope for humanity, you know? Don't fight it. Just be it. Release any fears, anxieties. Just know that you're totally protected from the source, from the light, from God. Just let that love and that knowing just flow out of you and fill the universe and the grid with every ounce of love and light that we have. Just drip it all over it. Let it seep into all the grid pores and drip down between the levels until it just coats everything with our crystal love and healing light and energy. Where no darkness can even stick to it, it just gets coated and is gone.
Okay, I just felt a shift. Can anyone tell me what just happened?
I didn't
What?
hear you, Sandy.
I just felt a shift of something.
Yeah, there's a retreat in energy.
Yep.
I want to make the intention that the energy that we're putting into it now remains at a constant, so that it
Whew.
prevents anything from returning.
Okay, I got it. So part of what Justin was sharing with me this weekend in the Flower of Life in the pattern is those like kind of the oblong parts of it are like the infinity, right? If the infinity is stretched out, it gets kind of this almond shape, and it's still fluid, it's still constant, and it just elongates. So that part of the Flower of Life he calls the seeds. So while Jennifer was talking, I was doing infinity from bottom left to top right, from bottom to top, from bottom right to top left, like spanning the grid. So planting those seeds of light. And then the other spaces are what he calls the thorns and the spiky points. Now, those are also necessary, and for protection, for I don't even know the word for it, but I'm like doing this like physical gesture of I don't know the word for it, so I'm gonna keep going. And so planting those seeds, and I right before that did the whole invocation of I am liquid crystal for the collective. So we're planting those seeds, which is all of it that we're doing. So it is liquid crystal, it is golden river, it is the 360 degrees, it is the flower of life, it is the 4 quadrants of the heart, it is the honeycomb, it is the liquid crystal, it is all that is. So perfect what you said, Jennifer, perfect what you said, Shannon, like it is. And in the intuitive nature of liquid crystal is that it will always go where it needs to go at any given moment. And it is now anchored and planted. Those seeds are planted in the grid.
Is the spikes awareness? Because that's what popped up when you were talking about the spikes.
I could be like, I don't even have words for it. It's like, I just kept doing this gesture. It was like, I think that's part of it.
I'm getting a visual, and I had this visual 2 years ago, and I'm getting a visual to do it now. So we're gonna imagine, since Jules, we had you do the bottom, you'll be the bottom layer, I'll be the top layer. And then if you guys can kind of fill yourselves in on the other layers. And what we're gonna do is this. So Jules, you will go left. Jennifer, we'll have you next after Jules. You're gonna go right. So you're gonna spiral left, and Jennifer, you're gonna spiral right.
Okay.
Nick, can I have you after Jennifer? Going left?
Yep.
Sandy, can you go right after Nick?
What am I doing?
You're gonna spiral right. You're just gonna send an energy spiraling right.
Okay.
Brittany, after Sandy, can I have you go? You were Sandy, you were left, correct?
You had me going right. I'll go wherever
Right.
you want.
No, I want you to go right. Brittany, can you go left?
Okay.
Christina, can you go right?
Is it clockwise or counterclockwise?
Whatever your right is.
Okay.
And then I will go left. Here we
I
go.
just want to mention that Archangel Jophil's here. I saw her wings. She's with us to clear the energy. I just want to get the confirmation And I got this card.
Wonderful. Okay,
So
everybody,
she's
can we
with
do the
us.
spirals?
I
I don't
saw
want to lose
her.
this energy. I don't want to
Beautiful.
lose the energy. So make
Yep.
sure it just spiral in your direction. Make a whirlpool of energy in your direction. Tell me when you feel that your energy kind of, that the rings start to lock into place.
I'm there.
Yeah.
We'll wait for everybody to feel it.
I feel it.
I think I'm there. Yeah.
I'm in.
Now push light in the middle of the spiral so it goes all the way up directly in the middle of the grid. All the way up and all the way down. And now that it's there, let the energy expand out as it pushes up. So that beam of light now becomes a pillar that covers the entire grid.
Don't forget to breathe.
As that energy is expanding out to meet where the rings are of the energy that we created a minute ago, watch it as it's pushing out, that it's kind of just dissolving all that brownness in any of the cells. So it's in the grid, but it's also part of our cells. If we can just watch it rinse out all of that brown, whether it be in the grid or whether it be in the cells, and restore healthy, vibrant cells.
Asking any light workers, higher vibrational beings that are sensing this shift right now to join us in this energetic field, inviting their higher selves to join in this spiral, in this energy, in this cleansing and clearing, in this transmutation. Please be with us now.
I feel Yeshua has a message. Can anyone pick up on that?
I was talking to the elders, so let me see.
I'm hearing lay down your swords, the battle is done on some level, but I need I'm asking for clarification on what.
It's so funny because every time I try and go to somewhere else, the elders are saying, we're speaking. So I
Yeah,
cannot
yeah,
go
go.
away.
seeing thousands of swords.
Heard Archangel Jophiel saying that it's work in progress.
Thank you.
So the elders were saying that we need to remember that we came here to learn, and that in this realm, chaos is almost an addiction. And so we look for the fight, we look for the chaos, we look for it. And yes, it helps us learn, but when we learn that we can release that addiction, that we can release for the looking for those things, is when we find ourselves.
Okay, see if you can see this picture. Instead of fighting for the regridding where it did not belong, you utilize what they're trying to lay and you place it in the places where the grid needs to be strengthened, thereby using that which is supposed to be used against as a tool of fortification. And there is no fight. You're just utilizing something in a different way by transmuting the energy. It's not a fight.
Exactly.
I love that.
So are there parts? So first of all, let's get a little sit rep here. Were we able to pull the pieces out, or are there still pieces that remain? I'm seeing like a folding over. Like, can we take those remaining pieces and simply fold them over, which would neutralize the negative effect and do what Nick just said? It would actually serve to fortify and repair like a bandage on the grid instead of damaging it. I'm not sure.
For any of the new that they're trying to reconstruct after getting rid of the other layers, right? And the construction kept being rebuilt, taking that and not allowing it to be rebuilt in the wrong space to be used for the greater good of the entire construct of everything and every entity within the grids.
So we had a project going on in another space that I operate in where we were taking the negative agenda energy, melting it down and creating new building material with it. So we were doing precisely that, just in a different format.
Right.
Yeah, I keep getting the word repurposing in my head.
Yeah, repurposing. And that's what we were doing. But as part of a treaty a couple of months ago, I had to shut that operation down. Like, we were told, shut it down. And it was part of a treaty. So I'm going to ask if we can, is it in the highest resonance to get that project going again? Ooh, I get a big yes. I'm curious what you guys hear from that. Because it's a way to take that material and repurpose it. We were repurposing it for a stronger building material. So using the events of the past, well, previous transgressions, and using it to lay new foundations.
Only with integrity is what I hear.
Only with integrity.
I keep hearing wisdom. I don't know, like maybe that would give us wisdom if we refolded the old lessons into the new. I don't know.
And then I just got a huge infinity sign. Finn, where are you? Can we reopen this? Saying with Galactic Council approval.
I think we have to be careful if we do that. We have to do it the right way.
I heard do not introduce it back into the grid yet.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah, not yet.
pause.
I agree.
And actually, it won't even be today.
because
It has to be repurposed.
has to have integrity.
Yeah, because right
Yeah.
now all we'll do is just replant it. It feels to me like, you know how even though we're hearing repurposing, it feels like it's guidance from the other side so that we will put it back in.
Oh, okay. So
Just to be
interfering.
careful at this moment. It's not ready.
Yeah, I got the same thing. I also always keep hearing refabricate, which to me means to take the material and like transmute it into something else to utilize it for something good that you need.
Right,
It's
we
no
had,
longer.
Yeah,
the
that's
old-
precisely what we were doing.
the power is there to transmute it, but not if everyone involved isn't ready for the transmutation or doesn't believe that that transmutation can take effect.
And that was the problem. This was like a year ago, so like 6 months ago, and we were told to cease operations because it wasn't fully in alignment. We didn't have every currents, and we still had too much of a negative, like even the galactic councils were imbalanced, so they weren't in alignment with what we were doing, so we had to shut it down.
Gotcha.
Does anybody
So,
feel a sense of completion just at the moment with that?
Yeah,
Or if there's something else?
yeah. I just want to know where we were. What's our sit rep? Where are we? Have we completed what we need to complete today? Do we have more work
I
to
am
do?
feeling that sense of completion, but I just wanted to ask everybody.
Yeah.
So they're not doing anything with our old project. It's still static. It's on standby.
But I feel like there's a different awareness. And because there is a different awareness, it's got the negative stagnated.
And I think part of the problem is we were doing this kind of in secrecy, and it needs to be in the light. We need to be open and honest with everybody. And that's why I continuously call in the Galactic Council, the Galactic Federation, all the archangels, so that everybody's doing anything without any hidden agendas, that we're all moving in the same direction. Nobody feels slighted or left out or anything like that, that whatever we're doing is all in unison.
Yeah, I got that feeling earlier, like we shouldn't be doing like secrets were bad. That's what I kept feeling, you know?
Yeah, and a lot of work has been done this week to bring a lot of kind of clandestine operations to the light, to the lights.
Mhm.
And we haven't kept this secret. We've posted it everywhere. We've had the videos. This hasn't been a secret.
Oh, no, I'm not
No.
the group, but I'll just take this as a personal thing, because the work that my Stella aspect and Finn with there's a whole safe house in New area, which is where these vats were. The work that Ariana does, she's on the Galactic Council, that's considered, it's called the dark. It's not evil, but we do things in secret. And so a lot of that's been coming up. Eldana's function on the Galactic Federation, she had to do a lot of things that would seem unsavory, right? So Ashtar would ask her, or the Galactic Councils would ask her to do things. And so we had a huge, literally come to Jesus meeting 2 or 3 days ago, where she's like, I want, she was afraid to bring it all to the light because of so many things that were done that would be looked at. People wouldn't understand. They wouldn't understand why these things were happening. And so I said, just, bring it to the light. Literally, we had a come to Jesus meeting, and she walked off with Yeshua. And it was like, we have to shift. We have to bring everything to the light. Nothing can be hidden anymore. Everything needs to come to the light, because that's what.
Yeah.
So I've been working hard this week. And so.
Jules,
Yeah.
sorry, Sandy.
No, keep going.
Jules, what's going on in your place?
I'm not sure. So I've got some energy here, and it feels like I'm like something's trying to stop the left, like when you said spiral left. So interestingly enough, when I was at the beach yesterday, I was practicing doing both arms with the slinky because I'm right-handed. So I was like, okay, what happens if I generate them both? And And I've been having stuff with my left shoulder, left side of my neck. So, and then I just turned because my cat was there, and he's in the room and like asleep in the room back there. But I just got aware of his energy, and
Is this the same cat that was attacked a few weeks ago?
yes. So,
Well, let's just clear our space. Let's clear our energy. By the way, the elders and all of the other angels are leaving now.
Thank you very, very much.
So we
Thank
just
you.
want to give them gratitude for joining us, and the seraphim and the cherubim and all the other angels that have come to join us, the archangels.
What I would like to ask is the
Thank you,
battle,
thank you, thank you.
the seraphim and the negative agenda entities, is that now complete? Because that was a huge, just like you said, the two wands coming together. So are we complete with that?
We are complete for now.
mhm.
I'm still spiraling. Is that all right?
Well, yeah, that's why
Okay.
we locked them in. Did yours lock in?
Okay. Yeah, I'm still.
So they'll
it's
still
happening.
spiral.
Okay.
They're still spiraling,
Okay.
but they're locked in. So it's almost like these circles are holding this big spiral, and it's continuing to spiral. It's going to stay spiraling.
Okay.
What was shown to me is that each level had to spiral in different ways, so there wasn't centrifugal force, right? So
Okay.
then what happens is it maintains the light in the center. So when
Mm.
you're having opposites, and I'm not a scientist, but when you're having opposites, it pushes the energy to the center.
Mhm.
Gotcha. I just wasn't sure if I should. I'm still feeling it very strongly, so I'm not sure
So
if I was
lock
supposed
yours
to-
in, because it may not be locked in.
Okay.
Wait until it clicks.
Jennifer, my energy just like shifted to yours and it's boosting it. Can you feel it? Is it
Yes.
locking? Okay.
I'm like
It keeps
vibrating.
missing the last lock, so it's spiraling, but what's happening is it's spiraling and moving. So try and hold it steady and spiral it. Your higher self said, I've told you she's off kilter.
Feel it
Ain't the
now.
first time I've heard that.
Almost there. It's almost locked in. Hold it steady. Steady spiraling, of course.
I slowed it down and evened it out a little bit. It's like it was at an erratic pace.
Mm.
It's locked in now.
Yeah, it feels locked in.
Yeah, I feel calm now.
Okay,
Mhm.
good.
You kept,
Thank you.
what was happening, it was locked into one tube, so it kept like trying to get into the other, and it was banging against the
Ah.
other one.
Okay, because I was like, I know now. I feel this like motion going on.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I'm getting seasick here.
Well, and my
Well,
hand
it's-
kept going like this on its own. I was like, okay, why won't it stop? You know?
I was slamming against the sides. Okay, so I feel good. They all feel locked in.
Yeah, we're complete for today. 12:12. We completed at 12:12. Woohoo!
That was good.
You
Can
know,
I
it's
just-
kind of interesting that like for I think a couple months ago I did another collective reading and I pulled a card. It was clean your space, and then this one is clear your space. It sounds like it's a theme about clearing and decluttering. So that's interesting. I just noticed
Every day, I think
Yeah.
it's got to be a priority.
that. Mm-hmm.
Can I ask
That
the
is
step
from-
of
go ahead.
the spiky ball thing that was covered, that I covered in pink?
Uh-huh.
I don't see it.
I don't see it.
I just want to make sure it was gone. Okay, thank you.
Well, I think that we're actually good. If anybody having anything else. I know that we still need to work on the cells, but I'm feeling like we're complete in this particular session.
I think
Okay.
we could take on the cells on Thursday as well, you know, like
Yes.
that could be next. Mm.
How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Well, great.
We had a small group today. Nick, you had to be like 2 or 3 people today.
Yeah, it was a lot of energy today. It's like I'm tired.
We were missing Ashika and Callum.
Yeah.
They were our pillars too. But you know what? We are our own pillars.
But that's also the like small group is a story, right? So when we're together, we are the I am. So
Yes, we are.
it doesn't, yeah.
And you know what? The great thing is we are the collective. So we are all part of that energy. The
Mhm.
other part is that, even when some people can't be here, we represent the collective. So we are in representation of that.
We're still connecting with them, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
And they're still connecting with us, even though they're not here.
For sure.
I was hearing, Jules, that Azrael is with you. The reason he was slowing your spiral down is because Jennifer's, because she was right above you, was hitting and throwing everything off. So you should be good to do yours. I mean, not that you need to now, but your spiral should be good now. But
Mhm.
Azrael's still with you.
Okay.
So
Sorry, Jules.
That's
Yeah,
okay. No,
so-
I'll ask him what he wants.
it has to do with your cat
Mhm.
energy.
Oh.
Oh, no. It doesn't mean that he's taken anything. It just means
Okay.
it has to do. There might be some darker energy around or something that needs to be cleared for her.
My dogs come around every time we start this. They like want to be on me. It's crazy.
They want that energy.
Yeah, they love it.
At this time, I'm going to disconnect my energy, pull everything back. Thank you, everybody that participated. Thank you, Galactic Council, for assisting in your way. Thank you, Galactic Federation, for hauling that thing off.
Big yawn.
Big yawn.
Ugh, I yawn all the time when I do this work.
Thank you to all of the archangels. If you need a replenishment, Joe Feel is very helpful in replenishing your energy. Just take a nice circular breath, get it into your heart, ask for her to join in. And like, she's an ultimate booster on my team. She's a key player. She's an MVP.
By the way, Christina, when you brought in Joe Fuel, I'm sorry if I cut you off. I was just trying to create that, like they were like now. And so I was trying to get that energy going because the elders were creating something. And so I didn't mean to cut you off, but it was like,
Oh, no.
We got to get this now.
I didn't know when to add and say, hey, Joe Field's here. That's why I wasn't sure. So I said, okay, I'm going to say now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was all good. I just didn't want you to feel like I was cutting you off.
I am totally understand.
Yeah, sometimes we get such a crescendo that we have to finish that task.
Yeah, Jen.
What was the emerald? I saw all this emerald light and energy. What was that representing?
That's
Usually heart.
That's heart, and that's also Kuan Yin.
Okay.
She's my she's my girl.
So maybe I was tapping into you.
Yeah. I was definitely infusing the grid with like green mist, liquid crystal, violet, gold. white.
Yeah.
It's
All of our
kind
love-
of like the liquid crystal is very it like morphs, right? So it can be really, again, it can be really laser like, it can be really mist like, it can be really liquidy and like lava, and it is all crystal and no crystal, so it can be any color that I want. So I often, when I use it, infuse it with that it's golden, it's white, it's specks of green and specks of violet.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Now I have a question too for y'all. It's kind of off this topic, but
Okay, hang on. So then let me pause the
Okay.
recording if we're gonna go there. If it's
Okay.
off topic, yes. Okay, so
what is the crystal